It is said, "How then can they call on the one they have not believed in? And how can they believe in the one of whom they have not heard? And how can they hear without someone preaching to them? And how can they preach unless they are sent?" Reaching every child in the world is a piece of cake. Actually, 10 pieces of cake. There are 10 pieces of this cake, and there are 10 areas that the local church needs to consider to ensure a rounded approach to reaching children in their community and across the planet. Each is interrelated, and each is important. The foundation is prayer. Children discovering God's love through Jesus is God's business. We're the helpers. God is the leader. In reaching every child in the world, the job starts with connecting with God through prayer. There are groups of children around the world praying earnestly for other children. There is a global children's prayer network. There are cities that link with other cities and pray for the children. Let's find areas of the world that we and our children can pray for. Praying intentionally for children is the first area. We have extraordinary tools available to us in the 21st century that can communicate the gospel. The Bible in written, audio, and video forms. TV, DVDs, games, internet, SMS, iPods, blogs, and so much more can be duplicated and spread easily and cheaply. Sending the message out through current and relevant media tools is the second area. Many children that need to hear about Jesus do not live in easy-to-access places. They live in the rural areas, remote islands and jungles. They live in inner cities and slums. To reach these children will mean going to them, village to village and school to school. It means traveling storytellers, creative communicators and evangelists. Taking the message by road, plane, boat and foot is the third area. Once the messenger has introduced a child to Jesus, a relationship needs to be built and continued. There are ways of continuing these learning relationships by posted letters and mail clubs, by radio groups, and by the internet. Building on the message from a distance is the fourth area. Where possible, it is better to have a continuing relationship with children by having believing friends in the community all the time. This happens quite simply when believing people make friends with the children within their community, in the schools, and where they work. All of Jesus' followers have a part to play in this, no matter where they live. There are many who have moved to places where there are only a few believers to ensure that ongoing friendships can be built. Living as Jesus' followers where you live is the fifth area. Giving children a taste of a community of believers through events and activities is an effective way to help children choose to follow Jesus. Inviting children to be a part of a camp, a vacation club, or a sports activity are ways to create a sense of belonging to a community. Engaging children in your community through events is the sixth area. Each of the first 6 areas involve going outside our church buildings. The next 4 areas are about helping children within the church. Children may want to visit or join a church once friends have been made or they have made a decision to follow Jesus. Churches have a role in being friendly, engaging, and welcoming places for outsiders to enter. Ensuring our church is friendly to children and their families is the 7th area. Children within the church need to be given instruction in Jesus' way, as seen in the Bible. This involves learning how to follow Jesus each day. This happens in churches as faithful people who are willing to walk alongside the children, listen, teach, pray, and share with them and their families. Nurturing children as they learn to walk with Jesus is the 8th area. Children who follow Jesus have been given spiritual gifts and natural abilities. These abilities were given by God to do good things. These gifts need to be encouraged, nurtured, and developed. There are many places where children learn about leadership, how to use their creative gifts, and how to serve God through prayer. Developing the gifts of children for God is the 9th area. Once a child is built up in faith and learned to use their gifts in the service of God, they should be given opportunities to use these gifts. They too can participate in taking Jesus to others. There are children participating in many aspects of mission and service of Jesus. Letting children be involved in the Great Commission is the 10th area. These 10 pieces of cake illustrate the process in reaching and discipling children. But that is only one part of the picture.